What's going on, folks? Welcome back to the channel. Week 71 of Reselling Online, and it has been a journey to get here. One thing that I've always tried to be very open and clear about on this channel is everything that's going on, whether it's a high or whether it's a low. And this week, below average, more than usual actually, and things are down. And I want to go through that and really see what's actually going on here. And I know we've been touching on this for the last couple of weeks, but the question I have for you, are you down? Are you experiencing lower traffic? Are you experiencing less sales? Yes or no? It doesn't really matter to me. It doesn't really impact me. I'm just curious to know if this is relevant to you. So regardless, I'm going to go through some eBay metrics and actually see if my traffic is down, if there's any indicators to see what's really going on, and maybe this is relevant for you, and we can really assess to see, is it really that bad? Let's dive in. So 71 weeks in, as I mentioned, and I've done a total of $79,000 during this process. So there's been quite a lot of high weeks and quite a lot of low weeks. And this one has come in as a bit of an outlier, as a bit of an odd week. So what's actually driving it? What's actually going on? Well, if I have a look at my average sales, it's not really that, because this week I averaged around 4.88, which is roughly around 34 sales, when my average sales over the last 71 weeks has actually been around 5.22. That's not really my main driver. Usually I'm doing around 36 per week anyway, on an average basis. So I'm a little below, but it's not really the kicker here. And then if I have a look at my eBay traffic, you can see here compared to last week, I am down 21.3%, which that hurts. But there are some other indicators here as well that we can have a look, and you can see impressions and all that jazz. So there is some interesting information getting shown to us, but that's not really telling me what's going on. I've listed 15 items each day for the last 7 days, some days a little more, which is in line with my targets. So if that's not it, what is actually causing the problem? Well, after looking around, it's the ASP, the average sale price. This week I did $25.69 as an average sale price, when my whole of life average, meaning since I started, is actually $30.81. That's like 16% down. That's a whole $5, which means it adds up quite quickly. I'm missing a whole $170 for this week. And of course, with the different traffic, the amount of sales missing and things like that, that brings me to why I'm actually down so much this week. So what actually did I sell this week? Well, now that you mentioned it, let's jump into the top 3 items for this week, a flop and also one odd one. So the top 3 items for this week, interestingly enough, it's been a lot of DVDs. So the first one was this Lancelot Link Secret Chimp. Now, I've got this out of a big bulk lot, so really it's been close to about $1 from a cost of goods perspective. I've sold it for $49.97, and after fees and postage, I've come out with $32.70. Top item number 2 for this week was this Smallville, the complete DVD set. Now, one of them was open, so it was a light new condition. Basically, everything else was sealed. I've sold this for $55. There was no cost to the business. This has come from a personal collection that I've had for years and years and years. A profit of $32.46 after fees and postage. Top item number 3, a bit of an interesting one. This one has gone over to the Czech Republic. The Path of Exile Atlas of Worlds video game promo shirt. Now, I picked this one up out of a t-shirt bundle, out of a bulk lot, I guess. So average cost was around $5 per t-shirt. This one has gone to sell for $30, but after fees and postage, I've come out with $23.42. So pretty solid with that, because I did get some savings by sending it over international with Australia Post Saving Band 4, I believe it is. Now, in terms of a flop for this week, well, this is where it gets a little interesting. This Dante's Inferno Def Edition, this was basically without the game. This was just the box. This one cost me $4.50 from a bulk lot. I've sold it for $17.60. It was thicker than normal, so I couldn't send it from my normal through the bubble mailer, through the letter slot. So I had to pay obviously around $7.53 or something, I think it was, for postage, which meant I've come out with a profit of $2.49. This isn't a big issue because I've already made all my money back on that haul. However, if I was buying this individually, I would not purchase it again. Now, in terms of an odd item for this week, and I have sold these before, but I just want to bring them back up to everyone's attention, is these sealed floppy disks. Now, if you've got floppy disks, or if you find floppy disks in the thrift, they are worth selling. I picked these 2 up out of a bulk lot for $2, basically $1 each. I've sold the bundle for $27, a little cheaper than I probably would have wanted, but I've come out with $12.28 profit after fees and postage. So they're quick bread and butter. They sell very quick. Not too bad on that one. So what about the actual progress of the entire week? How have we actually progressed? So as I said before, I've done a total of 34 sales. Margin has been a little lower than normal, around 53%. And cost of goods only came in at $66.20 for this week. I've sold a total of $873.47. I will be frank though, in this there's probably sitting at about $90 to $110 here in unpaid. So this might actually come down by the end of this video. if they haven't paid today. They said they're paying today, but we'll see. And profit has come in at $470. So these are the numbers at this point in time. So they might slightly change just because people haven't necessarily paid yet, but this is what I'm assuming is coming through. Average cycle time was 34 days, which, all things considered, except for the ASP, things are pretty good this week. Cycle time was 34 days, which compared to the last couple of weeks, they were around 70 and 90 days, but I was selling some of the older stock. What also is interesting is in the volume of category sales, meaning what's been selling this week. Usually my books category is the highest seller. Well, this week it's been DVDs. It's been a week of DVDs. I've also sold quite a few toys as well. So interesting to see what's kind of changing in terms of, I guess, what people are buying. And I think there's a lot of things to take into consideration here. We've got the election, well, we had the election, inflation, we've had rising interest rates, and the share market has just been blood and fire at the moment. So there's a lot of things to play a part at this point in time. So I don't think naturally people are looking to spend. There are a few outliers, but I think from this, there are some lessons. And I'm a bit on repeat right now because I've been talking about this for the last couple of weeks, but numbers tell a story. When you understand your numbers, you can start to understand if things are actually going bad or if there's actually a story here to help you understand, well, what do I need to change? What do I need to do? So number one is I'm listing daily with good quality items. I believe I am. You know, I've got plenty of watches, I've got people looking at them. It could just be coming down to how people are wanting to spend at this point in time. There is a lot of focus on obviously wrapping up the end of tax or end of financial year, so people are probably purchasing on things which are relevant to their business more than just their hobbies and fun and games. And that's a lot of the stuff that I'm selling, you know, collectibles, video games, things which are probably not necessarily necessities, but more so nice to haves. However, I am still selling the same volumes. In terms of volume, look, usually over the peak weeks, on a good week, I sell around 45, but from an average perspective, 34, 36 is an average week. Obviously, my margins are a little lower this week, which means profits are down. So those are all things to consider with this as well. This is all part of the understanding of numbers tell a story. Point here is cycle time is better than the last few weeks. This is another big lesson and understanding to take away is that I'm actually selling things on a, you know, when I've listed them and sold them, they're actually selling quicker over the last couple of weeks. So with that in mind, there's not really much to complain about. There's not really much going bad. It's really just ASP. So either I'm selling the items at the wrong price or bad items at the bad prices, or items are good and pricing isn't affordable. There's a whole bunch of different factors and there's probably even more that I can consider. But I'm hoping this helps play back to you that maybe if you just have a look at the same, I guess, details, the same numbers that I've just been referring to, and actually have a number crunch and see maybe it ain't all that bad. Now, I know some people have been doing some pretty solid weeks. It has been quieter for some people too. And you're probably saying, hey, Chris, your small week is, you know, bigger than my best week. And that may be the case. But at the same time, we're all in a different part of this journey of this reselling game. I'm sharing my numbers where I'm at, and that's why I'm here to show you that you are going to have low weeks, you are going to have high weeks. I'll be back here to show you my high week, and I'll be back here to show you if I have a lower week next week. So, what can we do about this? And this is really what I want to focus on. Cash flow is king. My next focus will be basically tailoring it to make sure I land pretty good with tax time, starting to dive down a little bit more on discounts and promotional offers. Now, if I'm covering all the purchase prices from all my lots, meaning if I've made back all my money and some for all the things that I've purchased for this financial year or for this week or for the different bulk lots, well then really all the remaining stock is profits. It's gravy. So it's best to see if I can start to move what's affordable with 10 to 30% discounts and see if I can have some of that cash flow incoming. At the end of the day, that's what I want, cash flow. I want to be able to have money to pay my bills. I want to have money to be able to invest, and I want to have money to be able to, you know, build the business and grow the business and, you know, have some play money as well. So at the end of the day, I don't operate off the profit per item. Even though I show you here, you know, this item cost me $2, $1, whatever, my profits basically operate on the paycheck from eBay that I get paid on a weekly basis, aka profit first. I follow the little allocations, and you can check out that book here if you want to have a look. So with all this in mind, it's not really that bad. It's only really mentally something that we have to play with. And once we put in the perspective, or I guess without the perspective, it can be quite concerning. So if you're feeling this, if you're feeling like something isn't right, maybe your numbers aren't all adding up, or you're trying to figure out what is actually going on, why is my traffic down, or why aren't I getting as much money as I used to get, well, I've just gone through the details, and you can have a look, you can jump back, or you can ask me a question. If you don't think this is the case, if you think there's something else, continue the conversation down below, drop a comment. But if you stuck around this long, let's jump into some show and tell, and I'll show you everything that's been selling for the week.
All right, team. So today is Tuesday, and this is what is going out for tomorrow morning. I think there's a couple more sales at risk come through a DVD or something, but this is the bulk of it. So nothing too huge, but hey, some goodies. So got this bundle of PS4 games going out. This one for 35, I think it was. 2 Terry Pratchett that's gone for 36 or 32 maybe. These two fellas have gone for 25, I think it was. This guy's gone for 19. Crossed has gone for $39. I only had that since Sunday or Saturday, and that one's gone for 31 or 32. So not too bad. And these jeans that I picked up over the weekend as well, some 501s. Levi's already packed, ready to go. Yeah, they've gone for 39 bucks. Actually, no, they've gone for 40 bucks. So yeah, not too bad. All right, Friday morning and just packing up the mail for today. So last few days, this is what's come through. We've got Digimon the Movie that's gone for 19 bucks. Dante's Inferno, a special edition or def edition. This one doesn't have the game disc, but that one's gone for 19 bucks, or might have been 17. Children of Corn, I think that was 26. Lancelot has gone for either 59 or 49. Mammoth King's just bread and butter, I think it was 10 bucks. Path of Exile shirt. Now this one I got from a shirt bundle, and this one's gone over to the Czech Republic. They've paid, I think it was 30 bucks plus like $34 postage or something. So pretty good with that. Got a pair of pants going out that's gone for 25, 26 or something like that. Smallville's gone for 55, the complete series. I think I've got one more DVD I've got to pull out. So look, it's been a pretty quiet week, guys, but I'm not complaining. All this is pretty good. And we charge on. So
that's it, folks. As I said, if you do have any questions or any, things that you want to call out, do let me know in the comments below. Really do appreciate you being here. Otherwise, you have an absolute wonderful day. Cheers.